Hi friends, this is a tribute to S.P. Balasubramaniam, the one and only great singer. He has sang in many languages of India, and he is well known throughout the world for his musical prowess. Our friendship started in 1970, 70s, early 70s. That time, Balasubramaniam was a staged artist performing under the uh, Paolo Brothers music band, uh, which at that point of time was conducted by none other than Ilayaraja. Ilayaraja, his brother Bhaskar, his elder brother Bhaskar, Balasubramaniam, Malaysia Vasudevan, and Gange Amaran were the prominent people in the band, and they at that point of time they were not in the Indian music scene, meaning not in the film world yet. So their break came in only in 1977. So we got to know, contact them on the phone or sometimes mail those days. And there were no today's facilities. Technology has not improved at that point of time, but of course now it's a different situation. Though we kept in touch, and then in 1972, SPB came for a program in Singapore. Somebody organized the program. So a friend of mine said, I'm going to go for the show. Would you like to come? SPB and his sister Sailaja and some other musicians. I said, why not? I've spoken to him over the phone, but this will be the first time I'm going to meet him. So I went with my friends and enjoyed the musical night. So Balu, I call SPB as Balu. We are very close friends, and later become close friends. And then we used to, because of our closeness, we start calling Vada Poda. In Tamil means is a very close friend. You know, the only very close friends they do that. So that happened later. So that night, after the musical night performance, we all enjoyed the music. Though Balasubramaniam or SPB did not have many numbers at that point of time, but he's already sung the song Airanilave by K.V. Mahadevan for MGR. So he was up and coming singer at that point of time. So we met, and we then he says, if you are free tomorrow, come over so we can have a coffee before our departure to Chennai. So as promised, I went over and met him, and we had coffee. And while we were doing this, so there was a bit commotion going on there at the background. So I wanted to know what it's all about. So then Balu was telling me that the organizers of the show, the organizer is from KL, so he has deputized somebody to come and settle the bills and take care of them to the airport. So there was a delay, and it is getting late for SP Balasubramaniam and his music band, as they have to go to the airport on time to check in before they proceed to Chennai. So I said, what is the problem now? The problem is, he explained to me that they have to pay about $800. It's a big amount in 1972. So I said, okay, if somebody promised that they will pay me back, I don't mind advancing the bill. So he says, sure, I give my word. If the organizer doesn't give you the money, I will pay you back. I said, okay, no problem. So I issued a check, and the matter was settled. And they were able to leave the hotel. Otherwise, they wanted to withhold the baggages to their storeroom. So that was avoided, and then we all were left. We left the hotel to the airport. So I volunteered to Balu that I will send him and his sister and one or two of them in the car to the airport. So we went to the airport and checked them in, and they left for Chennai. From that time onward, Balu became very close to me. He is very grateful for what the small thing that I did for him. But it was a timely help, so he was very very grateful. And later on, I used to organize many shows. Many of you knew, many of you know. I've done Shivaji Ganeshan, Ilayaraja, Gange Amaran, SPB, Chitra, and so on and so on, up to Rajinikanth, two shows, Kamal Hassan, Vikram, Madhavan, Maddie, and so on. Many shows, many. Even before that also I've done many shows. So I think with the SPB I've done about 6 shows, in all 6 shows. Some with the other people, and some totally his own group, meaning the musicians and Sailaja and one or two other singers. Sailaja is his younger sister. So the friendship went on, and it was in 1982. This incident, which I'm going to narrate now, will shock some of you, because what happens, you will know the destiny, how the destiny work in SP Balasubramanian's life. Some of you may have known this incident because I've written in my book, which was released by the former president of Singapore, the Honorable S.R. Nathan, in 2014, March 2014. And it is there, and I give a copy to SPB. He was very happy about it, and then we used to sit down and talk about it, what actually happened to us. So in 1975 or 1976, I think. So I did one more show with SPB, stage show with SPB and his sister Sailaja. And we did some shows in Malaysia, and then the last show in KL was on a Sunday. The first show was in Penang, the second show was in Kulim, and then the third show was in Ipoh. After finishing that, then the last show was in Kuala Lumpur, KL, on a Sunday. Because those days when we do shows, nowadays the trend has changed. Those days we only choose the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where more people could come and watch the show and give their support. So after doing all the 3 shows in Ipoh, we came back to KL on a Monday. In Ipoh, the show was presided over by former Minister Dato Sri Samivelu. So after the show, the next day morning, Monday, we left Ipoh, and even Dato Sri Samivelu also came with the same flight to KL. So we came. So then, and so we were discussing, myself and SP and Sailaja, we were discussing what to do with these few days we have in KL, because the next show was only on Saturday, and here we are on Monday. So what we are going to do from Tuesday to Friday? So Balu was telling, if you don't mind, why not we go and visit Genting Islands? I heard it's a nice place. It's a nice tourist place and a very cooling effect and all these things. So I said, yeah, why not? So I said, once we get into Kuala Lumpur, then we will do. So Samuel, who was seated near us, so he wished us well. So he says, all the best. Yeah, it's a good idea because otherwise you're all wasting your time in KL alone city. There's nothing much in KL alone. So, so we went, and then we came to KL, and then I tried to make arrangements to go to Genting Islands. So I managed to book three tickets for SPB, his sister Sailaja, and myself uh, to go on the next day, Tuesday, and come back on Thursday. So that Friday will be rest day, and then the show on Saturday. So all tickets were booked, all ready to go, all packed. Monday night, all packed. Everybody, we went back to sleep early night. So the ticket we booked, the helicopter ride is from Sagambut in KL. From there, then the helicopter will take us to Genting and then bring us back then, on Thursday. So we all geared up and had a nice night that Monday night. We went to sleep. But the fact that we were already in 1 week in Malaysia, and then we were traveling uh, every other day. Every day we were traveling. Then from KL we landed and then went to Penang. Then from Penang we went to Kulim by bus, and then from Kulim, but from KL to Penang we went by flight. The flight ticket covers Penang and KL. So then from Kulim, then we went to Ipoh by bus. So all that took a toll on us. We all became very, very tired. But nevertheless, our planned trip to Genting is on. So we went to sleep that Monday night, and we are supposed to get up at 8 o'clock. I supposed to get up and wake them up, and they also supposed to be get ready by 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock we are supposed to leave to Sakambu to take the Genting Islands helicopter. So I slept. I overslept. Being an organizer, there are 101 things to arrange. So mind is tired, physically tired, my body is tired. So I slept. Not only I slept, SP Balasubramaniam and Sailaja too slept, completely slept. I don't blame them because they were very tired performing, on stage and traveling. So all the three of us slept. Then I got up about 10 a.m. So when I got up at 10 a.m., I was really shocked. I said, my gosh, ticket booked, everything done. So I called SPB in his room. So he said, oh my gosh, I just got up. I'll get ready and come. Give me about half an hour. I said, no, wait. Hold on first. The time now is 10 o'clock. We are supposed to take the helicopter at 11 o'clock. But at the moment, the time is 10 o'clock, so we can't make it. So forget about it. Either we make another arrangements to go, or we spend the time in KL, then we will, when you come back the next trip, I'm sure you're going to come back the next trip, and then we will go all together in a more leisure manner, more organized tour. So they got no choice, but they all say, okay, all right, let's spend the time here, but you do what you can do to go around in KL. So we spend the next few days in KL, and whatever we can see in KL, few places we went, and we enjoyed ourselves. And Thursday came, the day that we are supposed to return back from Genting Islands. So there's somebody called SPB that night, Thursday night. We had our dinner and our usual, leisure and all these things. So somebody called SPB and spoke to him because it's a house phone, I mean, room phone. Those days we don't have a mobile phone. So Balu picked up. So there's somebody talked to him. Then I noticed his face completely changed, a different face. I noticed. So I asked Balu, what's wrong? என்னடா சொல்லு என்னாச்சு? So he says, I thought, something, somebody sick or children. Oh, no, there's so many things running in your mind. So he said, no, you will never believe me. That, you remember the helicopter that we are supposed to come back from Genting? I said, yeah. It crashed and all the 11 people, including the pilot, perished. Oh my gosh. I had a shock of my life. Balu couldn't get over it. He was really devastated. He was really shocked. So I said, oh my gosh, it is what we call destiny. It is God's grace that He wants to spare the life, all the three of us, especially S.P. Balasubramaniam, who later became the king of melodies, entertained millions and millions and millions of people all over the world. And I would say God spared his life. If we could have gone in the same flight, if we did not sleep, overslept, we would be there among the 11. I mean, among because the flight carries only 14 people, you see. So 11 plus 3 of us is 14. We could have been gone. Instead of 11, it could have been 14. Can you imagine that? So what I felt at that point of time, that is God's grace. He spared all the three of our lives. S.P. Balasubramaniam, who later on to become the king of the Tamil music world, singer, actor, and presenter, producer, and director. And Sailaja became one of the top singers. And I took over the Indian Movie News in 1987. And then I ran for about 27, 28 years until 2014. So it is destiny. It's really destiny, nothing but destiny. God knew that this man, S.P. Balasubramaniam, is meant for something big. We cannot take him away now in 1972. So this is really, really a sad day today that Balasubramaniam is not with us anymore. But God has spared his life for 38 years. 38 years. Instead of taking us in 1972. I've written about this in my book, which was released in 2014. And Balasubramaniam, I gave him a copy. He said, you write everything. I said, this is very important event in our lives. Yeah, of course, he agreed. He agreed that, of course. I'm just joking. Thank you.